I'm ready if you're ready. I'm here today with Amanda Bertoncini. Am I pronouncing that correctly?
It's great. It's perfect.
Okay.
That's awesome.
Bertoncini. I don't know, like, because you're from Long Island, so I didn't know if it was like Bertoncini or like, you know.
Right. That's what people say. They do say Bertoncini, and I'm like, well, you're technically right because in Italian, pronounce when it's like a ci, it's chi. So
Right.
Bertoncini, yeah.
Mozzarella, you know.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I really should make my own sauce, right? It sounds like a sauce.
You should. So we know Amanda from Princesses of Long Island from the Bravo Network, and she's just, moving forward since then. And so how did you get your start on Bravo? So you were in the fashion industry first, correct?
Yeah, so I was working in the fashion industry on 7th Avenue in the city, and then I started my own company, which was the Drink Kinky. Because I was working in the fashion industry, I was like, there's definitely a need for one for accessories. So then I started that, and when I was really busy doing my day-to-day stuff, someone from True Entertainment reached out to me on Facebook, and that's how dated I am. And said, hey, I think you'd be really great for this show. And I had no clue if it was going to be just an appearance in something or just like a one episode thing. I had no idea. And then they sent us a form that we had to fill out, and we had to say a few things about ourselves. And then yeah, one thing led to another, and then 6 months later we were literally filming. We didn't even have a pilot. We were just greenlit right into it.
That's exciting. That's exciting.
Yeah.
So do you keep in touch with anybody that you were on the show with?
I still talk to Joey. She's someone that I'll always stay in touch with. I really love her. She's so real and just so authentically herself, and a real go-getter. And we always motivate each other. So
That's nice.
I've stuck with her, and she truly is happy for you when things, when good things are going on, and that's really important in a friendship.
It's hard to find sometimes too, especially like, you're both starting out on these platforms that could essentially elevate you to the next thing. And there can be a lot of jealousy in that world, but
Oh,
it's nice.
yeah, of course. So,
Yeah.
when you find someone that's like that, it's just so refreshing.
Yeah. Hold on to them.
Yeah.
So do you keep in touch with anybody from like the Bravo network, like Andy or anything?
So Andy, I haven't heard from him, seen him, but who do I keep in touch with? I mean, I've met a lot of people in the Bravo world just from being at similar events or through mutual friends. So, like, let's see, Margaret Josephs is a big one that I love.
Yeah.
She's super cool. And there's a guy, Julius Michael, who's my best friend, and he actually does all the celebrities and Bravo celebrities' hair for Bravo. For whenever they sometimes film or they go and watch Happens Live. So I've met a lot of people. Like, I've danced my ass off at his wedding with Tamra and Melissa, and it was crazy. And it was just like all the housewives in one room that night. It was crazy.
Oh, that's got to be so much fun. What a party.
Yeah.
Right. So if you could be on one of the Housewives franchises, which one would you choose?
Oh, Real Housewives in New York.
Yeah.
Sure.
Would you be girls with Sonia Morgan then?
Well, first of all, I love Sonia, and I like have her in my phone. I've interviewed her for a magazine before, and I think she's just so wonderful. She's always herself, and but if I were to find like a wing woman, I don't know if it would be Sonia because I'm not like that crazy. I'm not that she's crazy, but she's like a really like fun drinker, and like I can't even have like more than one drink or on my ass. I don't know if I could keep up with her. I wonder who I would be friends with on the Real Housewives.
I think now it'd be Leah.
Leah. It would be Leah.
Yeah.
before.
I could totally see you and Lee out on the town.
Yeah, like I really want to do like a TikTok music video with her. That's my goal.
I'll connect that. We got it.
Because I saw that WAP one she did with Tinsley.
Yes, with Tinsley.
And I was like, oh my God, like Leah, you are so my kind of chick. Like, I can't.
I was so over the WAP thing by the time they did that, but like that made me like re-love the WAP.
No, because secretly I think I love seeing Tinsley do it.
Yes.
You would never expect her to like break out of her shell like that. And I think Leah really takes her out of it. So
yeah, I love that. And I love that for Tinsley.
I love that friendship. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. So if you were quarantined with 3 housewives from any of the franchises, who would it be? Like that you would have to like literally 24/7.
Probably Tamara, because she's really fun and she would have like really good CBD to like chill with in the quarantine. And let's see.
I'm talking to Tamara soon about her Vina CBD.
Really?
Yeah.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
It's someone was saying, one of the housewives was like, oh, it was Kelly is trying to like hate on it right now.
Well, it's Kelly just hates on everything, and
I know it's like
she's full of hate.
I can't. But so Tara will be one of them. Let's see who else. Definitely Margaret Josephs and honestly Portia Williams.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Obsessed with Portia. More than ever lately. I mean, I became really obsessed with her when she was, after her marriage, after a few seasons, I think it was like after the whole Kenya thing happened at the reunion. I feel like she really became into her own and like didn't take crap from anyone.
Right.
And everything she says is literally hilarious. She's the best one-liners. And she's out there making a difference. Like she made me cry watching back what was going on and what she was doing for Black Lives Matter. And I was literally like emotional watching her. I think she is she's my number one right now.
Yeah, and the message that she's getting out there is just so important. I mean, with everything going on in the world right now in America, and it's just like praise God because people are watching her. I mean, Atlanta's the top watched Housewives show, right? So like she's getting the message out there. It's amazing. And she did that body Oddie thing.
Oh, I know.
And I redid it where like it was like 5 of her in a row. And she shared it and it has like over 1 million views. And I'm like,
really? Oh, that's amazing. Like, thank you.
Yeah, right.
Oh,
love you, Portia.
I could watch that on repeat.
Yeah. So I know you have had some run-ins with, what's his name? Is it Rocco from Sopranos? Is it?
Oh yeah. Well, what was it from the Sopranos? It was Vito.
Yeah,
it was Vito. Also, we ended up cooking together. So I was working for CBS Radio at the time, and I had a segment which I still have now. It's called The Tea with Amanda B. And we went to Matteo's, which is a big restaurant here in Long Island. And Vito is like doing these, he was before obviously COVID, but he was basically cooking at all these different restaurants and making appearances. So I did this whole commercial for it for CBS Radio that was on our stations. And so I ended up, like hosting the event with him. And I didn't cook like he was cooking, but it looked like I was cooking. And I also interviewed Big Pussy from The Sopranos, if you remember, Vincent Pastore. And he is the coolest guy. He's the best.
That is so cool. I love that, like, because it's so like New Jersey, New York, like you're the one to be.
I interviewed, I know, and like Vito was at an Italian restaurant, so I really felt like, and I wore leopard that day, so I wanted to look like a mob woman. And and then I interviewed Vincent Pastore at Resorts World Casino for the Cigars Under the Stars event. So obviously it's like all these Italian guys and they're smoking their cigars, and here I am like interviewing him, and he really appreciated how I could pronounce his name because I'm Italian. So he gave me some props for that. I was like,
I love it. I heard that they're doing a reunion for The Sopranos. Have you heard that?
no, I didn't.
Yeah, I just recently read that and I'm so excited. I don't know like how factual it is, but like there's starting to be like little leaks about like a Soprano reunion, which would be so fun.
Did they say like what they're gonna say happened to Tony? I mean, obviously.
No, I mean I haven't got that much into it or got
Wow.
any details,
I
but
have the chills right now from that. More than
yeah.
Sex and the City, for sure.
Oh my God. So excited for Sex and the City, but like Samantha.
I know everyone's saying that, and it's like, and everyone's like deciding like what they're gonna say happened to her too.
Yeah.
Are they killing her off?
I wouldn't be surprised if they kill her off because like
Everyone's talking about like what are they gonna how are they gonna say she died? I'm like, why does it have to be death? Like maybe they're not friends anymore. I remember or maybe she's like, I don't know, in Dubai or back or something.
right. Or like, yeah, she's like Macaulay Culkin, but like opposite. Like the girls forgot her.
Right.
At,
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
in
Oh
the
yeah.
like Sex and the City, the
That
second
was
movie.
so
They forgot her in Abu Dhabi.
well, like Miranda would probably be the one they'd forget. Or, you know, how could you forget Samantha? But
Right. That's funny.
but like
Okay.
that should be interesting.
Yeah, I can't wait. I'm so stoked for that. So you also interviewed Paris Hilton pretty recently. What was that like? Like you're getting on the phone with Paris Hilton.
So it was crazy because there's also like so I interviewed her once before. It was during the Tribeca Film Festival, and it was for the American Meme, and she did it with she started it with the Fat Jew, and I interviewed her on the red carpet, and she was so lovely. And then I got an opportunity to interview her again for her single "I Blame You," and because it's like a dance hit. So I interviewed her for that, and it was crazy because I didn't tell her this because I didn't want her to get like weirded out, but I was staying at the Hilton at that time when I interviewed her. So I wasn't like in my studio or anything because I was in the middle of moving my stuff from Florida to New York, and I just didn't feel like myself, like, or very professional. So I was just trying my best to make her feel like, even though it looks like a hotel room, like you're on a
right.
And she was wonderful. I mean, she was the realest she's ever been. Because also, I don't know, did you see the documentary? This is Paris.
I haven't yet.
You have to. You really
have
to. I mean, it's something that when I first started watching it, I knew she was going to reveal something, but I didn't know it was going to be what she experienced at those provost schools and the abuse that she experienced. It's something that I would have never imagined because she's kind of like this perfect image, right? It's like nothing goes bad in her life. It's all rainbows and unicorns, but here she was as an adolescent being abused. And she never spoke about it or anything. And that's also probably why she rebelled during that period of time when she was younger. And like her mom didn't even know what she went through. So she was very open about that when I spoke to her, which you could see in the interview. And she's never been more herself. And she's happily in love. And she was really, you know.
That's good. I mean, you like to see everybody succeed, right? And like everybody has a story. And that's the thing that like with this whole magazine, I really want people to see that like there's a bigger story than like just the face you're seeing on the TV. There's the person behind the reality star. There's a reason why Paris was acting out when she was, you know?
And that's interesting that you said that because that's also why I wanted to do journalism and be a correspondent and be a host, because I thought because I was a Bravo celebrity at the time or whatever, especially, and that I've experienced being on TV and being on radio, and that I have, you know, celebrity friends, that I could actually interview them in a way where, hey, it's like I kind of understand what you went through because I've been through some stuff myself, and I want to, hear what other people might not know, or something that I could kind of like piggyback and understand, because there is always another side to it. You're right.
Absolutely. And there's so much good, and people need to know and hear the good right now. I mean, 2020 was a hell of a year, right? Like,
I know.
I
I'm
just,
still like emotional about, even when you think about it, or like when I watch stuff, I get so emotional. And I was saying it to someone before, when I watch these housewife shows over, when you're watching it through their eyes dealing with the pandemic, it's hard to watch. It really is.
absolutely. It's awful. And I think about everybody's been through so many different journeys throughout this, that like my sister was pregnant during quarantine. Like she found out right at the right before quarantine happened. So her entire pregnancy was during quarantine. So I'm thinking about everything that she like missed out on, that like would have, even just like psychologically, emotionally, like typically you'd be running into your friend at the grocery store and they'd be like, oh, your bump's growing, you look so beautiful. Like you're not, even those just like those little things that it's just, we as people need to be able to come back together and like heal each other. And I think just,
No, I know. Just like being alone is the is a new way of living, and everyone's dealing with it on their own. And I'm someone that, like, I'll admit it's very hard for me to be alone. And my friends tell me this all the time. And like whenever I was in relationships too, like, Amanda, like you need to be good on your own to be in a relationship.
yeah.
It's like, yeah, I am, but like I don't want to be alone every day.
Right.
It's like getting to be.
So speaking of relationships, what's your relationship status like now?
So I've happily been in a relationship, thank God. I can't believe we lasted through the pandemic, but it's been 3 years. It's been 3 years. So
good
Steven
for you.
My friend, and he's like unlike any guy I ever thought I would date. I mean, he's from the South Shore, and he likes to say, oh, well, you're like a North Shore girl and I'm a South Shore guy. And but he's just such a great man in every way. He wakes up at 6 a.m. He's, he does like manual labor every day. He's a hard worker.
Yeah.
He was an
Did he hang your TV in under 7 minutes?
Yes. Sheena, it was 6 minutes. He is like that. Like, but he's just such a manly man, and he's just such a simple man, and he like doesn't care about anything material, and he's just so perfect in every way.
I'm so happy for you.
Yeah, he brought me down to earth in a lot of ways, and I'm so grateful for it. I really am. Like he's out his ass off right now. And through this whole, when I went through my accident, like he's just been there for me in so many ways that I can't even express if I was alone how I would deal with it. So I'm just very grateful.
Oh, good. I mean, it's so good to see you happy. So
thank you.
Of course. So I've actually been married since 2015. So yeah, I mean, we're starting to date each other again.
So how was that, like, quarantining together? Did you find out things about each other that you never knew?
It changed a lot for us, because my normal job is I nanny Monday through Wednesday, 7 a.m. to 6 p.m. And then, so I'm home Thursday through Sunday. And he was working in Columbus, which is about an hour north of where we live. So he was working Monday through Friday and traveling an hour before and after work to commute each day. And now he's working from home every single day. So it has changed a lot, but it's been a really good thing. Like we go on walks in the morning. We get to like have our lunch together. So like, instead of like, I thought
together is so
I thought we would like kill each other, but like it's honestly like made things a little bit better. So it's good.
Beautiful. I know. I mean, if 2020 was anything, it was like we learned what we like, what we don't like, and
Yep.
we're not ashamed to say it and just get rid of it.
Yep. Next.
Next.
All right, Amanda. Well, thank you so much. And how can people follow you? And what do you have next? Actually, what do you have coming up next?
So I worked on What's Happening in New York. That was my first gig actually when I became a correspondent, and I was a field reporter, and it's on the Manhattan Neighborhood Network. So I was actually going to different restaurants and different places and showing, you know, what's trending in New York City. Obviously now it's a lot different because we're going through a pandemic. So I'm going to be in the studio, and I'm going to have, you know, different segments and having people come in or virtually, you know, be able to chat with them and interview them. So it's going to be a new show, What's Happening in New York, in February. And then also I have The Tea with Amanda B, my radio show. And you can follow me at @TheRealAmandaB_ on Twitter and Instagram.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Amanda. It's been so much fun talking to you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. You're so much
Of
fun.
course.
I'd love to like hang out at any time after this shit ends.
Absolutely. Next time I'm back home in Jersey visiting my family, I'll reach out to you and we'll get together for some drinks in the city.
Yes, I would love that.
Yes. All right. Thank you so much. And I'll talk to you soon, Amanda.
Thank you.
All right. Bye.
Bye.
You're the brightest thing that I've ever seen.